Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest hosts the amazing horror podcast Katie Afraidy on the Fangoria Network. Not only does she provide awesome horror content to the masses, but she also is a hilarious stand-up comedian, a diehard Scream fan. Everybody, welcome Katie Hettenbach to the show. Katie, welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Was that a little too much? Did I lay it on too thick, or was that
No,
okay?
that was perfect. People usually are like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "I don't know. You go, you go. However you
Good.
describe it, yes."
Okay. Well, I gotta like pull from my comedian like stand-up hosting and add a little dash of Conan in there. I figure,
Yeah,
but you know, sometimes I feel like it's too much. It's like, hey, here's this person. Here's a bunch of shit about them, and now let's go talk like it's not awkward.
yeah. I mean, I like to just. I don't want. I assume people don't know people, even if they do. So I like to be like, "Hey, I've done my research. Here's this person. Here's what this is. Whoever they are, whatever actor I'm talking to, and then you just, then they go because I've
Yeah,
got when I've like laid it on for at least like a minute or like 30 seconds to a minute, and they've been like, "Damn, that's an intro. That rocks." And I was like, "Thank you." I'm like, I do that you anyways.
you got to do it. It's showmanship, especially in this business. You have to add a little razzmatazz, as I like to say. But yeah, let's talk about your podcast. By the way, like I told you before we started, like I've been binging quite a bit. I like to immerse myself in my guests like work, and I love it. I think it's great.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you.
How did that get started? I know it was like horror at the store at first, but what did that kind of how did that whole demonic thing birth into what it is today?
So, it goes back even further. College, I had a film class, and they were like, okay, for Halloween, you have to watch 31 days of horror movies if you want to get out of the final. And I was one of what I think 300 students. I think there was 10 people that like attempted it. And I think I was like the only girl to actually like complete it. So I was like, let's go, women. But so I've been doing that ever since. And then 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago at this point, I posted like, hey, I'm doing the 31 days of horror, which I always try to do a new horror movie that I've never seen before. Sometimes I cheat, but it's also 31 is a lot of movies in a
Yeah,
row.
it is.
So if I cheat, you know what, it's fine. It's there are no rules. It's only me. I don't care. I don't care that much. I'm like, it's fine. Um, but uh I posted about that, and then the Comedy Store podcast studio reached out and was like, "Hey, like I love horror too. Do you want to do this at the Comedy Store?" And then Horror at the Store was born, and we did 31 straight episodes, and we just shot ourselves in the foot right away. Just tanked viewership. You can't release
Oh no.
31 straight episodes that are 40 minutes every single day of October. You're gonna tank your viewership so fast. Um, but we learned a lot. We got it down ahead. And, ever since it's been really fun.
Yeah, and then you like partnered up with Fangoria, right? Are you still partnered with them?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. No, that's a good partnership to have. But still, I would think the opposite though. If you're putting that much episodes out, I would think the more content, the better. I mean, that's what
No,
I would assume.
no. Especially not now when you're starting out and nobody knows who you are. That's not, no, you don't do that. No, no, no. It's not. It was oversaturated, and people didn't weren't interested. They were interested in like the first episode, and they didn't care. So you gotta balance it, but it ended up working out. It was fine.
Yeah, I know that's how mine. Like my first like 10 episodes were me doing commentaries and I'm like, well, this is stupid and boring. No one's gonna want to pay attention to it. So I'm like, maybe I'll get
Yeah.
some guests on and actually worked out. But yeah, you're like I said, you're also, a very hilarious comedian. How did that get about?
Um, birth. I've
Birth,
loved
yeah, that works.
birth. I've loved making people laugh my whole life, and started taking classes at Second City in Chicago, doing improv, sketch, and then I took a stand-up class, and then was like, stand-up's my shit. Uh, and I've been doing it ever since. So yeah, it's been like 5 years now, and it's
Nice.
really fun. Yeah, I like it.
I love it too. I always tell people it's like a drug. You go up there on stage and it's just you get that nice euphoria that, weed or cocaine unfortunately can't, but people still do it and go up on stage. So they get that, double
Yeah,
dose. But
the double.
yeah, I always ask people this, comedy wise, do you have a golden opener? Is there like a golden like joke that you're like, I like to open with this and it always works out?
Uh, there's two. Well, there's three, I guess, that always work. Um, because I don't write shit that doesn't work. Um, but one of them is a Adam Sandler sex dream
Oh
joke.
yeah, I saw
Uh,
that one.
that one's pretty good. Um, did that one in front of my family. And then anything that had to do with my stutter that usually hits pretty hard because people are still like, I don't, we're still pretty new to you. We don't really know if you actually have a stutter. And I'm like, I do, but I'm about to hit you upside the head with it and just let you know.
Yeah. I don't get how people don't believe that. Like I mean, I know we live in a world where there's a bunch of fake ass people, but still, I mean,
Yeah.
people have disabilities, people have mental health. I mean, I
Yeah,
like to focus on my obesity and make fun of myself when I open because I feel like that makes people more comfortable for some reason.
yeah, it's the easiest thing for people to fake apparently. So I get made fun of the most and like doubted the most, which I mean is fine. Most of the time I just am like, okay, is that what you think? Cool. Say that to someone in a wheelchair. I dare you. I triple dog dare you. Say that to someone who's autistic. I dare you. Do it. See how it goes. See how it
Well,
goes.
they're never brave enough. And those
No,
are the people
so
that are
it's
too
like
chicken shit to go up on stage and do anything.
yeah, so it's easier to say it to somebody who has a speech impediment than it is anything else. But whatever. Everyone's like, she's nice, but she's definitely faking the stutter. I'm like, I'm flattered that you think I'm faking it, but man, I'm fighting for my life just to say normal words. So thank you.
What they assume you have like CIA training in order to
I
infiltrate the
they just
comedy
think
world.
I'm lying. They're like, yeah, it's like a bit she does. Like anytime because the thing I stutter the most on is my name. Um, and people will be like, this is a bit, right? And I'm like, God, I wish. Also, what a shitty bit to only stutter on like a handful of things. Like if I'm gonna commit to the bit, I'd be stuttering on everything. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. But, people are stupid, but they're also great and it makes for good comedy. So,
Yeah, it's
I
true. I mean, what's his I forget his name. He also stutters a lot too, and
Drew,
people
Drew
yeah,
Lynch.
Drew, yes. I have like anxiety induced stuttering. Like if
Mm,
I'm super like anxious, I will stutter like freaking Bill from it. Like it gets
yeah.
really bad. But no, I mean like when you do your podcast, I always think it's funny because you're like you say your name, you're like, yes, I got it out. Good. I mean, if
Yeah.
anything, that's a good way to kind of like make it kind of like comfortable for you, but also for the audience.
Yeah. In the beginning, you can literally hear so connecting my podcast with my stutter. Like in the beginning, I wasn't confident in my podcasting. And I was also like, I was just terrified of I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And uh you can literally hear like my stutter get better and better and better through all the episodes. People were like, didn't even notice you had a stutter. Um, but like in the first couple episodes, you can really tell, and then it gets so much better. It's been my speech therapy, which is it's done what no speech therapist could do for me, which is give me a platform to speak freely and just go. So, and it's also that's kind of also why I do stand up because it's a power trip. I get the mic and I can say whatever the hell I want.
Oh yeah.
Say what I want. And I mean stand up people can stop you, but not that I'm gonna say anything crazy, but you know what I mean. Like I can say
Yeah.
anything. So it's great.
No, it's nice. I mean, I've been doing it for like 15 years and I'm surprised at some of this stuff. Sometimes I'll just like riff and
Mhm.
say something dumb, which I'm going to be honest, I don't think I'm funny. I think I'm kind of like okay, but everyone else thinks I'm funny. And
Uh-huh.
I kind of hate that. But no, speech therapy. Yeah. I had to go to speech therapy when I moved to Utah to get rid of my accent. I had a very thick Southern accent when I moved here and got teased a lot. So speech therapy, yeah, it's not
Damn.
great.
Who cares? Like,
I
why
know.
does that matter? That
Well,
doesn't.
now people think accents are sexy. I kind of wish I would have kept it.
Well, you gotta go back and bring it back.
No, I mean, my wife thinks I have a unique voice, but I mean, I don't know. I think me as a Southern person, people probably already assume, oh, chubby white guy, Southern. It's gonna just mess with my rep a lot. But I digress. But yeah, going back to your podcast, I mean, you've had some really amazing guests on. I mean, you had Jamie Kennedy on, you had the guys from like Abigail on. You had a favorite guest that you just really enjoyed?
Ah, that's tough. There's a lot. There's a lot. Uh, comedian wise, because I feel like I could go comedian, actor, director, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and then miscellaneous, because David Farrier is miscellaneous. David Farrier
Okay.
is a journalist from New Zealand who's also a documentarian and has made some fucked up documentaries, but he's a gem of a human, and that episode was so fun. Um, but Kelly Ryan, she's hilarious. She's one of my friends. She's so fucking funny. Anthony J Jeselnik, gem of a human. Just I was fighting for my life that episode because I was like, I'm so intimidated by you because you're so talented. Anders Holm from Workaholics,
Yeah.
that he was awesome. And then yeah, Radio Silence, Matt and Tyler, the kindest humans ever that has now led to an actual friendship, and that's really cool. So yeah, I see them at
Yeah.
premieres and they'll come tackle me. I'm like, guys, what? There's good, like everyone. I don't have bad people on my podcast. They're all good people. Like I'm not gonna put a shitty person on my podcast because I have a
Yeah.
lot of them, and I'm like, I want you to be cool. So and they are. So
I think I've only had one shitty person who I will omit their name, but since we're recording, I'll tell you later. But
and
yeah, it's I don't know, it's good. It's yeah, I love it. It's surprising that you get a chance to like talk to people you admire and they're drawn to you by just talking about how much you love their work. It's insane to me.
it's fun. I like talking about, horror and movies and hyping people up. I mean, it's cool it's making movies is what I've always wanted to do. I haven't wanted to do anything else in life. Like this is it. So to get to talk to people who do this and be like, hey, like one day someone's gonna be interviewing me for this. It's just cool. And yeah, so.
There you go. I mean, I know like interviews, I feel weird being interviewed. Like, I know you're not a super big fan of Zoom interviews, which I'm glad like you're agreed to come on and I'll
No,
try to
you're
make it
good.
as fun and
Oh no,
personable as
you're
I
good.
can.
We're good.
I laughed because I was listening to one of your episodes and you said that. I was like, oh shit, I gotta really step it up for Katie so she doesn't feel bored.
Oh no, it's not. It's like everyone has their format. It's for me personally, when I'm hosting, I need to feel that connection in person. It's just because Zoom you can feel distracted. It's like, but when you're in the room with somebody, it's easier to bounce energy off and you can like play more. And especially with comics, it's just better. And if I can get him in studio, I'd love to get him in studio. Plus, I have a cool set and I gotta use my set.
Yeah, true. No, I get that. My first podcast, I did a lot of stuff with in person comedians, and it was nice. I mean, yeah, I love that energy. Now it's like, yeah, everybody's out of state. There's nobody here in Utah that I really feel the need to want to talk to about horror movies. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I being in LA makes that a lot easier, I will say. So, you're doing great though. And
Thank
it's
you.
hard. It's hard. Having a podcast is a lot. This is hell. This is great. I love it. I hate it. I hate it. It's so much. It's so much work.
Yeah.
It's
No,
so
I'm the same way. Like, I want to just quit my day job and say, fuck it. I don't want to work at a credit union anymore. I want to do this all day long because I
and then you're
actually have
like
fun at it.
and then you're like, I make no money from it. And you're like, uh-huh. And
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
actually losing money from it. And you're like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
But it's worth it. But, speaking of horror movies, I do like to ask everybody this. Katie Hettenbach, why do you love horror?
Why do I love horror? Um, can you hear the dog bark, Cujo? I love horror because it's fun. It's fun. It's funny. There's a art to it. There's a like mathematical system to it. Um, I have a intense editing background, and it's like there's like a rhythm, and there's like a sequence that every horror movie kind of does. And so I can like, oh, I can tell when the scares are going to happen. Or I'm like, oh, they didn't do it at the normal time. They did it instead of 3 beats, they did 5 beats. Oh, interesting. They did six. Ooh, just stuff like that. It's just fun. And I don't know, it makes me feel alive. I've heard that it calms anxiety. So that makes sense why all horror films are horror, not films, horror fans are anxious as fuck. So yeah, it calms our anxiety a little bit and also, you know what? I'm gonna say this. No matter how bad a horror movie is it, oh, how does this go? It's like horror movies are often worse than real life. So you can watch a horror movie and be like, you know what? My life isn't really that bad. Because
Yeah,
they
that's
they got
true.
they got their mouth sewn to someone's asshole. So
I've never seen any of those movies, to be honest.
you don't
I don't
need
know, a whole horror movie based on ass to mouth. I don't know how I feel about it, but I mean, I'm sure I'll watch them eventually.
it's medically accurate.
That's true. Yeah, no, I've seen some clips of it. I've seen some weird stuff about the third one. I think there was like people pissed off because there was this lady who was like a porn star who was in it, and people were mad about that. I don't know. It's so there's a whole lore and drama behind it from what I've heard.
Yeah, I mean there should be. It's crazy. There's a lot going on in that movie. Yeah, movie series. Yeah.
No, I agree with you though. Like I think horror is very anxiety calming. There's something about bloodshed and a decapitation that just kind of adds a little pep into my step. I don't know what it is.
And it eases the anxiety. You're like, hey, my problems are not as bad as that guy's. I'm good.
True. Plus
Chilling.
there's always at least one. I always say this, there's always at least one idiot that is a catalyst for the horror movie. Without that idiot, nothing would happen. But at the same time, you can be like, oh, thankfully, I'm not that stupid. I didn't, awaken a fucking zombie apocalypse or, lead Freddy Krueger into my dreams. I'm just kind of living life.
Yeah, again, real life, easy. Horror movies, man, it's never gonna be that hard, you know?
True.
So, I mean, it might, but it's probably not. Probably gonna be okay. Probably
I
not.
mean, yeah, I've had some fucked up trauma, but never
Yeah,
horror movie inducing.
yeah, that's probably good.
Yeah, for the most part, it's more lifetime
No, you're good. No,
related.
it's definitely just, shit happens, but you know
Oh
what?
yeah,
It's not gonna be never gonna be as bad. Never gonna be as
true. True. I don't have Jason Voorhees, trying to, you know, kill me because I'm not a virgin anymore.
yeah,
He's a very I always say Jason is he's a very just avowed like an obsessed Christian. So he's
yeah.
just always trying to get teens who are doing things that are bad and sending them back to the Lord.
That's honestly, yeah. I think he's following his mom's footsteps and just really, he's just trying to have you heard about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Uh,
Yeah.
so
He's just an uptight Christian probably. But did you hear like Linda Cardellini, I think her name is gonna be like Pamela Voorhees in that series?
No. Awesome though. I love
Yeah,
her.
I love her. She is amazing.
She's the best. I when it comes to like new horror stuff and like I literally I'm pretty bad at like, oh, what new movie? I'm like, I go in blind. I'm like, I like that title, or I'll just see something and be like, sure, I'll go see that one this week. But like other than that, I'm like, I don't know. I just am kind
Yeah.
of this this people have to tell me things. I'm like, oh, cool. That's what that is. Awesome. I need to get better at, you know, everything. But yeah.
No, it's hard. I mean, I do a lot of reviews for this online publication, Macabre Daily. So I get sent a lot of screeners. So it's rare for me to go see a new movie because I have to go through all the independent stuff, which is great. I love it. But at the same time, like I had to like plan, like super plan just to see Terrifier 3,
Yeah.
in person when it was there. And it was like 10 a.m. on a Sunday.
No, my. And were you 10 a.m. on a Sunday seeing Terrifier 3? Yikes.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth it. I liked it. But at the same time, it's like, sometimes I just want to watch a new horror movie. Like Hard Eyes just came out, and
So
I
fun.
know you reviewed that right recently.
It was very fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see that. I need to see that so bad. And then Monkey, the Monkey movie that just came out, looks fucking great.
It's it's a comedy. It's a dark comedy.
Ooh, good. I love dark comedies.
Yeah.
Speaking about horror movies, what are your go-to ones? What are some of your favorites that you just love to watch on repeat?
Oh, repeat. I just put my favorite. I made a
Yeah,
list of 10.
no
Um,
favorites, repeat, whatever you got. Let's
okay.
dive in.
Okay. In no particular order, because if we had to rank them, we're gonna be here all day.
Yeah,
Um,
that would take me a long time too.
so the first one, an Australian horror film called Killing Ground.
Okay, I've heard of that. I'm familiar. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
There's a brilliant tracking shot that makes you just like turn around, da, and then that they curb stomp something. And that's really fun. We love a curb stomp. Scream, obviously.
Oh yeah, and I know I mentioned this earlier. You got to interview Jamie Kennedy, which was probably awesome. He's a nice guy. I met him at the comedy club here a while ago. Super nice.
He's a gem of a human. He's just a big like teddy bear. And I was at the comedy store. This was like a moment with myself that I was like this did not just happen. Was at the comedy store hanging out, just watching shows. Jamie passed by me, comes and tackles me. He's like, "Oh my God, love you, love your pod. You're amazing." Da 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 da. Okay, I'll see you later. I gotta go. I was like, "Okay, oh my God, cool." Kept watching the show. Went home that night, was laying in my bed, and I was like, "Do you realize that your comfort character from childhood just said that to you and is your actual friend?"
Yeah, that
That
trips
is
me out.
insane. That's hilarious. I was like, that's hilarious. Hilarious. Gem of a human, love him. He makes fun of me all the time. He goes like, "Oh, you really are one of those con people. You really know so much about Scream." I'm like, "Don't ever say I'm a con person ever again. How dare you? I'm
You're
not one
just a fan. It's a great
of
movie. I
them, and
love
I
Wes
like
Craven.
Scream." Troll 2.
Yes, Troll 2 filmed in Utah. Fun fact, actually.
Really? Didn't know that.
Yes.
That checks out. That checks out. I don't know why, but it checks out.
Yeah, it's a small town, and it's just yeah. I did a commentary for that, and I kept laughing my ass off because I didn't remember seeing it, but I remember bits and pieces. And there's a part where the kid is trying to stop his family from eating dinner, and I'm like, if he takes a piss on this dinner, that's the only way to stop it. And then
Yeah.
of course he gets up,
Reality. I won't
and
allow it.
then yeah, and then the dad's like, I gotta tighten my belt to get rid of the hunger pains.
Yep. That's I in my college dorm, I painted a well, because they don't have a lot of Troll 2 posters. And I wanted You Can't Piss on Hospitality, so I made it into like a canvas, like a sorority-esque, like girly
Nice.
that says You Can't Piss on Hospitality. It's hanging in my childhood room. So that Ready or Not.
Solid. I mean, that's good. I think it was just her birthday either today or yesterday.
It
It's
is today.
today, yeah.
It is today. The d oh my God, this one I always stutter on. The Descent.
Ooh, okay. So let's dive into that. What about the Descent do you like? Is it that it's just a female driven, or it's just the creatures themselves, or both?
Yes. The kills are brutal. The women, that's it's survival of the fittest down there, and there are no rules, and there's backstabbing, and that's fun, and the creatures are crazy, and a cave. I love a cave. I love a cave movie. So yeah, I
Yeah,
love.
there's not that much of those, sadly.
There aren't. It's hard. They're hard to make. Yeah, but I spelunk myself, so I love a cave movie because it's fun.
Yeah, and you did a great episode on that, if I remember right,
Yeah.
not too long ago. It was really fun, so I highly recommend people check that out.
Hell yeah, it's fun. Hereditary.
Ooh, okay. I Fun story about that. I took a really long time to see that movie for some reason. I was on the fence. I liked the actor in it, and I think I saw Jumanji before I saw that, and I'm like, okay. I mean, it's a weird shift between like family friendly to horror, but I mean, it's easily
Yeah.
done. But yeah, that
So,
movie freaked me the fuck out.
the deciding factor of you for horror movies is if they were in Jumanji
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things. That's
specifically.
why I watch Robin Williams in horror movies.
It makes sense. Makes sense. Has he been in horror movies?
Oh yeah, he was in one called Insomnia with what is his name? Oh man,
I think he'd be
Al
really good.
Pacino.
He'd be really good in horror, like because comedians are the best actors, and
Yeah,
I will fight anybody on that. They're better than anybody who is like dramatically trained. Like they get timing more than anybody. So yeah, when it comes to horror, when it comes to anything. So yeah, I think
yeah.
now
No,
he
I
might.
agree. He was in a 1 hour photo also, which
Yeah.
was a really creepy movie. But yeah, I don't. Hereditary fucked me up. That scene where they're like wake up in the morning and the mom finds the decapitated body, and then you just pan to her fucking head getting eaten by ants, and then the
Hilarious.
mom just sawing her fucking head. Oh yeah. Ugh.
Yes. It's also people either love that movie or hate it. I think it's also the way you first see a horror movie is how you will forever see it. I first saw Hereditary in a shitty theater in Minneapolis with my brother, and it was like the midnight screening. Like the theater was dark, and I couldn't see my hand in front of me. Like that's how pitch black it was in there. It was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. I've never experienced something like that since. So. I've been chasing that, but no horror movies like ever even gotten me close. Which is sad. But yeah. Um, I'm gonna keep going. This one was at a film fest in Chicago, and I have not seen it since, but I always say it's on my top 10. And the stuttering is gonna be so bad because there's two L's.
Oh, it's
Ooh.
okay.
It's liver. Oh, I got it. Leaf.
Liver leaf.
Yes,
Oh
it's a revenge story about this. I think it's a Korean, I think a Japanese film. I don't know. I can't remember, but they again I haven't seen it because it hasn't been on anything. I think it's now on Amazon, which is like the first I've known this because I've been trying to like illegally stream it, do anything. I'm like, please, I just need to watch it again. But it's basically this revenge film. This girl is like she's bullied by these like kids at school, and I mean kids, I mean like they're in like little kids. They're bullying this girl. Then the bullies are like, we're gonna burn this bitch's house down. They burn the house down because they're like, we're gonna kill her. Turns out the little girl not home, but her whole family was. So now she's orphaned. And now she goes and she one by one hunts these bullies down and kills them in
damn.
various Monty Python ways. I don't think it's
Hmm.
supposed to be funny, but it is. It's horrifying and then it gets funny. You're like, this is terrifying. They're like, oh, this is actually like the amount of blood they're using is actually comical. So,
I love that. There's a few movies that have done that, and there's a few movies that I've seen once at a film festival, and I just haven't. There was a weird one years ago at Sundance called The Lore, and it's
mhm,
like a mermaid horror movie.
fun.
Really fucking weird, but there's also just yeah, like I like a good revenge and quirky killing. There's one called Kill Her
Mhm.
which
Oh
has a
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
fucking love
on
that
TV.
actress and the way she's just, skipping along like she's Harley Quinn and just murdering people left and right. It's
Yeah,
so fucking good.
the Killing Ground. I saw that at a film fest as well. That was actually the first horror film I saw by myself in theaters. And normally at the end of a film fest movie, you stand up and you like clap or whatever. I stood up to clap. Nobody else did. That's how fucked up that movie is. And I was like, guys, no, like they made a movie. And they're like, no, we're not clapping for that. I'm like, you should. It's awesome. Like they, oh, whatever. I'm like,
I think you were a pioneer, and I think if I was a filmmaker and I saw one person stand up and applaud, no matter how fucked up it was, I'd be like, okay, I've made it. I've made a
I'm like,
movie,
that
but now
rocks.
I've made it.
That rocks. That rocks. Okay, got three more. The
Okay.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the original.
Okay.
Love. Um, love that one. Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh, yes. Silence of the Lambs fucked me up for many, many years, and I will always be creeped out by Anthony Hopkins. I'm going to assume if I ever meet that man, he's going to try to eat me, and it's hard to not think that.
He's just a grandpa. He's just a grandpa now. Well, if you see his videos on TikTok, he's like doing weird shit, and you're like, this man did what? He acted in what? Hilarious. You're like, would have no idea. And
Yeah, and it's so good too. And I think it's one of the many Ed Gein inspired movies too, because Buffalo Bill was inspired by Ed Gein.
yes, that was
Plus,
he didn't eat.
Goodbye Horses.
I was like, he didn't eat people. I was like, you mean Jeffrey Dahmer? I'm a big serial killer. I don't want to say
Yeah.
fan. I know too much. And Ed Gein, he's from Wisconsin, where I'm from. My pet rabbit, RIP, was named Ed Gein. Eddie is what I called him though, because calling him Ed Gein is psychotic. Um, but yeah, so stuff like that. I know too much about that guy.
No, I'm the same way. I don't know what happened at a certain point in my life, but I got very, very obsessed with true crime shit. It's a nice reminder that there's still evil in the world to me, but at the same time, it's just like that great horror storytelling, and
Yeah,
it's extra scary.
yeah. Somebody I did a podcast once, and they were like, it was a true crime wellness podcast. I don't even know if the episode's out. I have no idea. But they asked me, oh, like, do you have a limit with horror movies? Where like, oh, I have to watch something else. Oh, I have to watch something like happy. Because like with true crime, like, you had like I had my moment where I was like, I need to take a break. Like, what was that for you? And I was like, I'm not a pussy, so I can handle my shit. I don't
That's
know.
probably what I would have
I
said
can
too.
handle my shit. I can delegate what's not real and what's not. And with true crime, I don't know. I can sleep well at night. I mean, there's stuff that, freaks me out, but I'll still fall asleep, so I'm good. You know,
Yeah,
I don't
I'm the
know.
same way too. Like, I don't know. I think I've just been so traumatized throughout my life, it doesn't really phase me at all. But there are some horror movies I'll watch because my wife is not a big horror movie fan. So if I have to review stuff, I'm usually watching it on my phone in bed. And there's a few that have creeped me out to the point, but they have that true crime feel. Have you ever heard of the Poughkeepsie tapes? Like that one really freaks
Yeah,
me out.
I haven't seen it, but it's been on my list.
So good. It's fucked up. I couldn't watch the trailer because it creeped me out. And I'm like, okay, well now I have to like invest
Love it.
some time to actually watch it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And finally, the last one. People either love it or they hate it, and they usually hate it. Freaky.
Oh, I love Freaky. I fucking love that movie so much.
So it's awesome.
It
It's
is really good. The dynamic of that movie is great. I mean,
just campy
give or
and
take with Vince Vaughn, people are not a big fan of him, but I thought he
oh
did great.
no, yeah, he's problematic now. But listen, I still like in that movie, Vince Vaughn makes the movie. Um, and I love it because I love him and I'm sad that what has happened. But um that. I'm just taking that. I'm like, this is the last thing you made that I will ever love. So I'm cherishing it. Just like that scene in the car, like just the bloopers. I could watch. I know they didn't put all of them in the DVD commentary section because I watched them because I was like, I need to see if they're cracking up. But he just does such a good job at pretending to be a teenage girl as this 6'5" giant man. And it's so funny. And it's so good. It's so stupid. It's such a silly concept, but it's so, when I say stupid and like silly, like those aren't demeaning. Like that's awesome. Like
Yeah,
it's such a silly, simple, like stupid concept, but it like fucking works and it's great.
I must have missed the Vince Vaughn comment like controversy. I don't remember.
He's a big Trump supporter, so not to get into politics, but
Yeah.
yeah, the real horror of the world. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he was
Yeah.
at the inauguration. So
Ugh.
sadly, yeah. Not the which that sad. I mean, we knew he was Republican. We just didn't know he was crazy. So sad.
Yeah.
But hey, it's okay. He made good movies in the past. We have enough of those. We don't need any more.
That's true. I mean, I look at it this way. I can hate a person, but I'll still appreciate their art. Like Woody Allen. I think he's a horrible person, but I still fucking love his movies.
Yeah. What's also his movies are he's not making well, he's still alive, right?
Yeah, he's still I don't know if he's made anything recently.
Exactly. So it's like, like Freaky was like the last good thing that Vince Vaughn made. And I'm like, you know what? This is it. This is all we get to, you're probably not gonna make much more because no one really wants to cast you in anything. So, you know, c'est
I
la
don't
vie.
know. He had a good run in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He did really good in that. And that wasn't too long ago, but yeah, I mean, going back to Freaky, I don't know what it is about. It's the whole Freaky Friday concept, which is great.
Yeah,
And I think the filmmakers did the whole Happy Death Day too with the whole groundhog aspect. I think it's the same filmmakers if I remember right.
it's Blumhouse, yeah.
Yeah. But man, I
Is it
gotta give that
Blumhouse?
a rewatch.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's campy, it's silly. Um, when I reviewed it, my like producer was like hating on the dialogue. The dialogue sucks. I'm like, nah, that makes it. It's so ridiculous and awesome, and that's, part of the fun and the appeal. And it's not like people don't say that shit. Like people don't say
Yeah.
it like that, but it just worked. So
Yeah. One of my favorite parts is when he's trying to act tough, but still acting like a teenage girl and he's picking that kid up and he's peeing his pants. And
yeah.
he's just like, did you really just piss your pants right now? I don't
And
know. Or the, what's his face from Ferris Bueller getting sawed in half. Like, even like when she was kind of emulating him as well was great. Was is a great dynamic, I think.
that character, like that teacher character was just then like that was an awful human. That guy, I was
Yeah.
like, I would kill you, and I don't even have a reason to kill you. I would absolutely like you deserve to die.
Yeah, there's plenty of people in horror movies where you're like, yeah, I'm not sad. Like Justin Long in Barbarian. Like I wasn't sad when he got his fucking head ripped
No,
off.
you needed to die sooner though. But it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, God, Justin Long. I fucking love his segment in VHS. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
The newest one?
Yeah, VHS Beyond.
Did I miss that one?
Yeah,
I,
it came out
I,
last
I
year.
no, I watched it, but like I had it on in the background and was like chiming in at random points as I was working. So I might have missed seeing him. Which one was he in?
So he made one with his brother, and I think he may
Okay.
have had a cameo in it.
Got
But
it.
the one
Okay.
with the lady turning people into dogs, it was very tough.
Oh, fuck that one. Fuck that one.
You
That was
don't like it?
fuck that. Fuck that. No. What the hell? Oh my God. That's the one that I watched. Oh, because I couldn't, I was like, what the hell is hap? What the fuck was that?
Yeah,
Hey,
you didn't know his brother and him made that?
no, what? Hey, of course they did. Fucking freaks. God damn, what is wrong with people? How do you come up? Oh my God. Oh, it creeps me out so much. I hate
Did I
it.
break your brain? Are you okay?
No, I just hated that one. I've been thinking about like that one randomly. Like I'll think about it, like, ugh. I don't know why.
Yeah,
It's just it's like Tusk. It's like that.
yeah.
And I'm just like, ugh. This is the hesitant. Yes,
I
ugh.
love Tusk. A lot of that's another one where
Ugh.
people are like they love it or hate it, but
God,
I love it. I will do anything to watch Kevin Smith's movies. I really enjoy his stuff.
ah, it's the you know what? It's the medical aspect that freaks me out. That I'm like, someone can do this. I think that's what freaks me out more. Like, not the paranormal, not the slashers. The part where I'm like, oh, somebody could actually do it. Somebody could actually do a human centipede. Somebody could actually decide to turn you into a dog and or
Yeah,
into a fucking walrus. And you're just like, okay, cool. Man, I hate that. That's the one he did?
yeah, yeah.
That's so funny. That's so funny because that's the one that I watched like vividly remember the skydiving one, and
I
then
love the skydiving one.
yeah, it was crazy because I yeah, oh man, wow, the dog one also because the dog one wasn't really alien. Everything else had like the alien theme, and
Yeah,
it was just that one thrown at the end. You're like, that's why I was like, this isn't alien. What the fuck is happening? They're just turning people into fucking dogs. Crazy. Anyway,
yeah. It was a weird one, kind of like a nice wild card. That
yeah.
skydiving one, I think, has the best kill of the whole movie, where the guy gets decapitated by his parachute. Like, I fucking love that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Not a lot of people are a fan of VHS, unfortunately. I'm a big found footage horror person. I love it. A lot of people don't like it.
For my 31 days last year, I had VHS on my list because I've, like the original, I started it 4 different times and I just couldn't get into it. So I had to watch it with people so we couldn't turn it off. And it was just, I just struggle because I'm like, I can't get into it. And then as soon as I do, it's over. And I'm like, ah, okay, we're on the next, fuck it, let's go. And in the first one, I think it's I like you. Like the fucking girl with
Yeah.
the bat thing, and then she eats people. I hate her. I hate her face. I'm sure she's a lovely person. I hate her. I hate her face. I'll say it to her. I'll be like, "You're such a good actress. I hate you. I hate you so much in that. I'm sure you're great. I'm
Yeah.
sure you're lovely. I'm sure she makes a great grilled cheese. But get away from me. Get the fuck away from me. Don't ever look at me. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. If I never met her, I think I'd actually be okay. I'll be
You're
again,
like, yeah, see ya.
all the love to her. Get away from me. You fucking freak.
But then she follows you around a con and then whispers in your ear, I like you. And then you just sock her in the face.
I would punch her so fast. I'd punch her. So
Oh, Jesus.
I, again, all love, all love. She did a great job creeping me out. She did a great
Yeah.
job. That takes a lot of work. Get away from me. That's
No, I get it. And found footage isn't for everybody, but I mean, I was like that with Hell House LLC. It took me forever to get into that, but when I did, I fucking love those movies now.
no, I love like Cloverfield. Like I love a found
Yeah,
footage movie. I just the short found footage. I feel like it takes a while to get into a found footage like feature. So then to have them be shorts, you're like, okay, this really has to like captivate people's attention, and it's harder. And it's some of them are really good, and some of them are there, and that's okay. And that's okay.
do you have a found footage movie that you despise?
I can't think of one.
It's
I don't
it's
think
a
I've
tough
watched
question.
I don't think I've watched like enough because that's not something that Like I gotta be awake for those. I usually like if I'm like just hanging out, it's always a slasher. I'm always like, let me put on a slasher. I'm never like, let me put on a found footage where I have to like really watch. You know? Like a slasher you can zone out and then tune back in. You're like, okay, like I got it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. No, I don't think I've seen enough. I feel like
Yeah.
yeah, I can't. How about you?
I don't know. I mean, there's a few that I've seen, like this is kind of controversial, but Paranormal Activity, I love it, but it takes
Oh
too
yeah.
fucking long to get into it. I'm just watching this couple fight, and I'm like, okay, when did this become a rom com? Which I don't hate rom coms. I fucking love rom coms, but it's just one of those like, let's watch a couple fight for 45 minutes.
Oh yeah. That is a found footage, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I get that. I get that. Wasn't a big fan of Paranormal Activity. I guess I wasn't there for the original hype. I remember seeing like I think like the trailers and stuff as a kid, but I never went to theaters to watch it. I didn't like watch a horror movie in theaters till like high school. So
Gotcha.
later. So like I didn't watch a lot when it came out. So, which is why I saw Scream 5. I think I say 12 times in theaters.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, I don't know what number I said, and I don't know if it was a lot. It was too many. But I was just like I've never experienced like a movie like that in theater. There's something like the Scream movies, like the who done it aspect with the mask. There's something terrifying about like that first watch. Afterwards, you're like, this is fun. Like this is fun. Like I know who it is. So like I can see like oh, this is where they're being suspicious. Oh, this is where like doing a clue. But like to have that first watch in a theater, oh, it's magical. It is magical. I remember like sweating. I was like, I don't know who the killer is and how long is this movie? I'm stressed out. I'm like, this is okay, everyone's dying, shit, and like you can feel the kills. You're like, God damn! But then it's just fun. It was so fun, and the anxiety, and then immediately after seeing it again, knowing what's gonna happen, and then finding the fun little things in the background. Perfect.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I'm probably going to age myself really bad on this one, but I think one of the earlier horror movies I saw was Bram Stoker's Dracula when I was a kid with Gary Oldman, but I'm also probably going to lose some points with you. I've never seen a Scream movie in theaters.
That's okay. I know that's fine. Everyone has their their series, their thriller, their horror, like the thing that they're gonna see in theaters. You also said you watch a lot of screeners, so like I try to go to movies in theaters because that's where I can see them. But if I was getting screeners, I'd be watching it at my house. But I
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I got the Blu-ray screener for the new Scream one. So that was nice, but I mean, and I have a special place in my heart for Wes Craven. He's one of my favorite, RIP of course, but you know, he's one of those. It's a weird like cosmic thing. I feel he shares the same birthday as me, which is
nice.
awesome. Same with Kevin Smith. So it's like two of my favorite filmmakers. I could say I share a birthday with it, but I don't know. I grew up with Scream. Scream came out when I was in junior high,
Yeah,
so it was just seeing that and seeing how much it's grown, looking back in the last like what 20, almost 30 fucking years. It's
yeah,
insane.
yeah. It's crazy. It's it's so cool. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I wish because like the first Scream movie I actually watched was Scream 4.
I love that one. A lot of people don't like it, but I love it.
I was terrified. I watched it on my laptop in like the sixth grade, I think. I was absolutely terrified, but I was obsessed and I watched it a lot, but I was absolutely terrified. But to be fair, they cut out a lot of the good stuff. like in the deleted scenes. Oh my God, that would have
Oh
made it
yeah.
so much better. And I'm like, damn, if you just added a couple of this, like it would make more sense. But sure, you know what? It doesn't need to make sense. It's a Scream movie. Sure. It's camp, it's fun, it's silly. Like they got you got silly little people running around with a knife in a little costume, like hilarious. Sure.
Yeah,
Then
no, I and that was the
mess up.
goriest one, right?
Uh with Wes, yes. Um the goriest one overall though, I think five.
Okay,
Well, because Matt and Tyler are like known for their
true.
watch Ready or Not or like Abigail or anything that they've done. They're known for like the ooh horror where you're like, oh, I felt that. Oh, fuck, I
Yeah,
felt like that. And that was a lot of like in Scream 5, it was a lot of short, close up, ooh, kills. You're like, oh, like, and you like the blood and the gore. You're like, okay, we have different directors now. You can tell it's different. And then 6, they're like, okay, the fans wanted more like chase scenes and drawn out. Cool. We're gonna still do the, like the make it hurt, but we're just gonna draw it out. So no, it's just perfect. Just perfect. But yeah,
yeah.
I think
No,
fine.
it's so good. I need to get those guys on my podcast one of these days because I would love to pick their brain about their process with things because they're just so, you know, methodical about what they do with not only kills and blood cannon shit and everything. I'll have to reach out to them one of these days. But speaking of, horror movies and stuff, you've done a lot of horror movies for your podcast. Is there one in particular that you watched where you're like, I will never watch that fucking horror movie again?
Human centipedes. Easy human centipedes.
Not the
Easy,
one I would have thought.
easy, easy. Well, yeah, those were bad. Not that bad. Like they were fun, but I'm like, I literally was like dry heaving watching them.
Yeah, I bet.
Um, not gonna do that ever again. Racerhead, not
Yeah.
terrible, not terrible. I just listen. No, not for me. Not for me. Uh, I wasn't a big fan of Suspiria.
Okay. No, I get that.
I wish I was because I understand like the importance of it and the hype, and it's a beautiful film, and like there's so much meaning to it, and it's like really well made. I just don't like it. I had to watch it like 4 different times. I'm like, I can't, like, I don't know, I can't get into it. There's a lot. Yeah. I mean, we watched some bad ones. I made Anders home watch fucking Night Swim.
Yeah, that's a great episode. I love that.
I'm so mad that I made him watch that movie because it like I remembered it being a lot more fun. That movie just is like a boring movie, like a boring. It's not like a fun bad horror movie. It's like it's just a bad horror movie, and I felt really bad. But he made it. We made it a good like episode about like how would we rewrite this to make it better, and what would we do differently. And I think that was more of like the angle that we were going with because I was like, I don't want to fully shit on this movie, but we're gonna. But yeah, there's a lot that I definitely would never watch again. Um, yeah, I mean, we're 140 episodes in, I don't need to, there's a lot, at least half of them probably I'll never watch
That's
again.
good.
Yeah, there's dog shit movies, but also they made a movie and that's cool.
Yeah, but
Cool.
it's also good to like kind of hate watch something. I thought your pick was going to be Sleepwalkers.
Incest.
Oh yeah, incest and mythical creatures, and why not a cat to throw in
Sure.
the mix?
Not. I'd watch Sleepwalkers again. I hyped that movie up. It's so funny. I yeah, that movie's a hoot and a half. It's just so weird. It's so weird. So weird.
Oh yeah, I like to think the character in that like died, went to heaven, and just now he's on Charmed. That's just his
Yeah.
transition to how he like was it Leo?
I don't, and I haven't seen Charmed.
Oh yeah, it's forever ago, but
Yeah.
no, there's horror movies I've had to review that I would never watch again, and I always try to look for the best things. I agree with you. They made a movie. They put themselves out there.
Pet Cemetery Bloodlines.
Oh, that one was rough.
That was so bad. And then I had to talk to the woman. And I was like, I don't have anything nice to say.
I
But
interviewed her too. She was pretty nice.
it was very nice. She also gave me nothing. And didn't have social
Yeah,
media. And I was like, why am I doing this? If you have no social media, I was like, what are we doing this for? How are you supposed to? That's all that always like boggles my mind when people are like, I'd love to hear your podcast. And I'm like, yeah, they're like, I have no social media. I'm like, no, no, because how are you supposed to get anybody to watch it if
it's
you don't
true.
have a following? And when you're already struggling with viewership, not to be mean, anybody can do the podcast, but like, you know, and you're just like, why? But everyone is always so nice. So that's great. And when I do interview people about their movies, I try to keep the questions pretty generic. So even if well, you can kind of tell if I really like the movie, I'll ask more questions about the movie. Um, and if not, I'll usually keep it pretty generic. Um, then you can kind of tell, like, oh, she wasn't a big fan of this movie, but you'll never know. You'll
Yeah,
never.
no, I'm the same way. I try to. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
You're
off.
good.
It's a weird delay sometimes. I apologize, but no, I had to interview the director for that movie and then also the writers and producers for it.
Mhm.
So if I don't like a movie, I always joke around more than talk about the movie. And
Mhm.
I had to do that a lot for that one. That one was really fucking tough.
Yeah, yeah. There's been a couple of ones recently. I won't say which ones, but it was like pulling teeth with these people, and
Ugh.
they were just like I would ask them something, and then they answered it, and then they would stop, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'll not. It's not a conversation. Never mind. I guess this is so uncomfortable. Okay. And
Yeah,
got done in like 10 minutes and we're supposed to do it for like 40. And I'm like, okay. And then other people they just yap. And you're like, I asked you how you are, and you told me everything that you've ever experienced, which is fine. And that kills up time. So perfect. Fine by me.
no, I love that. We'll have to do some off air tea at the end because I have quite a few of those that are, and it's hard because it's like be present. You're here talking about your movie, but you just don't seem into it. So why the fuck would I want to see your movie?
Yeah. But it's, you know what? It's some people have off days. I have off days too. And it's, everyone's got something. They got shit going on, and
True.
so, I say this harshly, but I'm also like, you know what? It doesn't fucking matter. It's okay. Like they don't know me, they don't owe me anything. So
Same.
it's part of the fun. And I like it. I like talking to people, and even if it sucks, it teaches me how to better approach the next person who doesn't, give me anything. Like, okay, how do I, do this? How do I make it more interesting for the viewers? Da, 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 da. So that's what I think about.
Yeah, no, I feel the same, but I also feel like I've always got to be on, so I have to overcompensate for them if they're not like doing it. So I have to like be more on.
Yeah,
Wow, I just said moron. I got to be a moron, and that's what's
I've got to be more.
perfectly timed.
Oh, yeah, it's perfect. I,
Yeah,
yeah, I know. I agree with that. It's also like I will match the energy of the people. So if you give me nothing, I will give you nothing as well. I'll
yeah,
I'll ask stuff, but I'll be like, cool, we're gonna just stick to the script and get out of here. I guess we're just gonna I'll ask the five things I wanted to ask, and then we'll both get out of here and it'll be fine. So
yeah. I got snippy at one guy once because like I had to do the interview. I was at work. I work at a credit union, so I couldn't record or do an interview in the building. So I had to do it in the back of my car. And the guy's like, "Are you in your car? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, couldn't you be more professional? And I'm like, I'm actually being professional, giving you my time. And I'm assuming you've been in the back of a car plenty of times because you're a bitch. So, I didn't
Yeah.
really say that. I wanted to, but it's, I can't, I'm making the best of this. I'm trying to help promote your
Yeah.
movie. Sorry that I have to do it in the back of a car because my day job has like 10 different security shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is what it is. But people, geez. I always
Yeah.
figure an interview is like a first date. Like I have to be like my best self. So
Yeah.
I hope people would do that.
Which is why if I can help it, I bring in comics that I know and bring in people that
Yeah.
I know a little bit so that we can already have that like goofiness so we can just get into it. Um, like the first time I had like a bigger comic on was Adam Ray, and that episode
Oh,
was
nice.
Wolf Cop, and I felt so bad. I didn't realize I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he liked to like play and do characters. I was just so uncomfortable. I didn't like do that with him, and I regret it still to this day. And I'm like, I'm gonna get him back on, and we're gonna have so much fun, and we're just gonna be silly, and we're gonna do like we're gonna get do like the voices, and like he likes to play an improv, and it's just like that's fun to do. But like I didn't get to experience. I wanted to experience that with him, but I just was like, what is he fucking doing? Oh my God. And I'm like, oh, I know who he is now. He's just a big silly man. They're all silly. They're all silly comics. So
Yeah. No, I get that. I mean, when I interviewed Damien Leone, I think I like fanboyed out a little bit, but also there's some questions I really wished I would have asked him. But yeah, it's rough. But I mean, that Wolf Cop episode, I think was really good. I really enjoyed it.
that's good. That's good. I don't remember it. He got called to be on stage, and we didn't get to like finish the episode. So it was a lot
Yeah.
shorter than it was supposed to be, but that's okay.
No, and I love that you what you do on your show. I mean, you sometimes dress up, like sometimes your guests will dress up. You guys do the little tagline thing. So I mean, I think you've got a great foundation for a great horror podcast. So I very much appreciate you doing what you do.
Thank you. Yeah, we haven't done that like the Final Girls, like the tropes, and for that was like the first 31. I'm like, we're gonna do this every time. And then I'm like, this is impossible. Oh my God. And the tagline stuff, I do want to bring that back because I liked that, but we'll see. I always forget to bring things back. So we'll see.
No, I get it. I have to write shit down, otherwise I would probably forget it too. But yeah, I always when I listen to your episodes, I think of what my tagline would be for shit, and I'm like, then you guys will do it. I'm like, maybe theirs is a little bit funnier than mine, so I retract my comment.
That's funny. It's fun. It's the taglines are so stupid. Like what it the how did I do it? It was like, oh, if you had no idea what the movie was, what do you think it would be about? Boom.
No, it's good, and I think that's why I love doing this podcast because I'll have people on and we'll go on tangents about silly shit. Like one of my favorite things was Anastasia Washington. Her and I went on a tangent about Merkins for like 12 minutes, and
Sure.
it was fucking great.
That hey, people with ADHD also.
True,
That's the best.
true.
The worst. The best and the worst.
It
Because
can be, yeah, but
now with me, I have ADHD, so it will be we'll talk forever or we'll stop.
that's true.
Or we'll talk forever. And that's just how it goes.
No, and I feel I could talk to you forever too because you're a fantastic person, but I don't want to take up too much more of your time. You're a very busy lady. You're a very talented lady. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. But where can everybody follow you? Where can everybody check out the great stuff that you do?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram or YouTube at Katie Afraidy. I now realize I should have made Afraidy with an IE and not a Y because now people think that my name is spelled with a Y, which is the wrong way to spell Katie. It should be Katie because that is the correct way, and I will fight everybody on this. But Katie and then Afraidy with a Y. And yeah, my personal is linked in there as well. It's easier to find me through there, I guess. But yeah, it's a grand old fun old time, and it's silly. It's a silly time. So yeah.
It is, and I highly recommend it. I can't speak highly enough about it. And do you have anything coming up? Any upcoming projects?
No.
No, that's honest. I mean, it's good. I mean,
We're chilling. We're chilling. Like, what do you mean? Like stuff that I'm like horror wise, or like I
just
get
anything.
just got my setback like last week, so we're
Oh, nice.
cleaning that up, and I have to basically start over with that and find a studio. So that's fun. We're gonna get back to in-person episodes, and I'm so excited
Nice.
about. Writing a horror feature with my friends, so that's really
Okay.
it's what Scream 4 should have been, is all I'm gonna say.
Ooh, I'm very intrigued to see your take on that.
Yeah. But it's also the goal is Tubi. The goal is to have somebody on Tubi be like, yo, I found this shit slasher. Let's watch it. Let's go.
Nice.
It's not gonna be groundbreaking. It's not gonna be anything that hasn't already happened, but it's gonna be fun. And I hope that it's like a movie that you can throw on in the background at a party and be like, this is ridiculous. I love it.
Nice. No, I have a pretty tight relationship with a production company that puts a lot of shit on Tubi. So if you guys get it made, let me know. I will hook you guys up.
Hell yeah, that would rock. I love
I,
Tubi.
I do
Anything
too.
on Tubi. Man, it's they can put and I love Tubi. I love Tubi to death, but need to say no sometimes.
No, I agree. I saw your post on Instagram last night and you kind of went on your rant, but then you're like, someone suggest some Tubi movies for me.
Yeah, no, because I was like, I'm watching this dog shit. I started like almost every night. I'll like, okay, I'm gonna watch like a quick like horror movie, whatever, and I'll start like five different horror movies, and I'll get like 10 minutes in, and I'm like, I can't stand the lighting, I can't stand the dialogue. There's no music, the ADR shit. Like I'm like, I can't watch this because it's like so bad. But then I watched Taint Light several times, and I'll still keep watching it. Never heard of Taint Light? Oh, interesting. It's a Twilight parody that's on Tubi by Chris Sieber. And it's got all the classics of a Chris Sieber staple for a movie. So if you know Chris Sieber, it's just classic him. I'm making fun of it, obviously.
No, I could tell.
It's absolutely ridiculous, but I will talk about it. I'm giving them so much free press. I
It's
cannot.
true. No, it's true. It reminds me of that movie Plump Fiction. Have you ever heard of that?
No, wait, have you seen Taint Light?
I have seen Taint Light. Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's bad, but there's also some really good like one-liners in there that you're
Yeah.
like, would not expect this, but also it should have just been a porn. You know what I'm saying? It would be better if it was
It
a
probably
porn.
would be.
Yeah, it would have been 100% better, and it's not. And your whole time you're like, are they gonna fuck? And then they don't. You're like, what was the point of this? Because this would have been a great, put this on Pornhub. You know what? Put it on, that's where it belongs.
It
It
really
does not
does.
belong on Tubi. And the fact that it was on Netflix at one point makes me mad.
Holy shit, it was on Netflix.
Yeah, it was on Netflix. And that just shows you that anything can get anywhere at any time. And there are no rules. So it's hey, if Taint Light can make it, so can I.
I mean, Trauma has built a whole career of films like that getting on
Yeah.
places.
Yeah, I've tried to watch a handful of trauma films, and I don't know if I can get into them.
It's rough. It's really rough. There's one called Killer Condom that's really fucking weird. And
Yeah.
I'd rather watch Teeth.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Teeth is a different, it's a camp. It's a camp.
It's a total camp.
It's great. But yeah, damn. It's so hard to
Man,
it's and I am trying to go with every film is good, every film is bad. I try to go with that. And the one film that changed that mindset for me was Santa Jaws,
okay.
because the person I was talking to, Santa Jaws with, just had like I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. And I was like, okay, no, but like it was fun. He's like, no, I hated it. I'm like, okay, but like I don't think it's supposed to be good. Like it's called Santa Jaws. Like if you walked into it expecting it to be like horrifying or Jaws level, you're the idiot. Like it's called Santa Jaws. Like it's supposed to be silly and fun and camp. Like it's so I've realized that I'm like, okay, I need to shift my mindset with that. So that has really helped me be kinder to filmmakers. Be like, nope, this movie's supposed to be fucking ridiculous. Sure, why not? Sure, sure. Terrifier? Sure. Crazy. Sure, sure. Crazy. Why not?
Yeah.
Absolutely. The Winnie the Pooh guys, and I just saw the Peter Pan's
Oh,
Never
nice.
Nightmare. Girl, she goes to punch somebody, just rips her fingers off. He just like bites her fingers. I'm like, sure, why not? Sure, sure. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Sure. Ripped him clean off. Sure. Sharpest teeth alive. Sure, why not? He's not like a demon or anything, just a normal person. Just ripped her teeth off or ripped her fingers off. Bone and all.
Jeez.
Sure. Again, why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I've seen some weird. There's a horror movie I reviewed that literally gave me a headache, and I try my best to look for the best.
Yeah.
But this one, Amityville Karen, watch that
No.
one.
Oh
Watch that one and see how you feel.
okay. I last night settled on Aqua Slash because just on the concept alone that it's a water park that had like a bunch of murders happen at them and then like 20 years later like a high school graduating class they're coming and they're gonna die. I was so hyped for this. I was like, this is an amazing concept. This is hilarious. And they just shat the bed with it. Oh my God, like nothing happened to like 50 minutes in. Like, and there was only like two razor blades in one slide. I'm like, what? But it was interesting to see how they shot it because they had like some of the BTS. I was like, okay, that's actually kind of cool. They had literally like because they had shots of them going down the slide and they had somebody with the camera like sitting backwards. And I was like, that's insane. I love that. That that's filmmaking. I'm like, that's on. They also had this guy in a wig, and it's so bad. Oh my God, I was just so mad. Like some of the characters were so good, and you're like, this would be perfect if they just had somebody else read the script or said, hey, maybe we should have the kills happen earlier. Thoughts? Thoughts. Because I was like, oh, we're halfway through the movie and nothing's happened. Like everybody dies in like the last 10 minutes. And you're like, this was a 90-minute movie. What was the point? Like, and it had no payoff. I was like, but the kills were epic. Like they had good, and I was like, why didn't you put this in the beginning? That would have been awesome.
Man, I'm gonna have to look this up. And I apologize. I was like, hey, let's end the show, but then we went off on a
You're
tangent, so I
good.
apologize about that.
We ramble. That's what we do. Anyways, sorry.
True. No, I love it. Thank you again so much for
Of
coming on the
course.
show. And I'm gonna definitely have you on again. I think you're fantastic. I love what you do. We'll work together again.
Hell yeah, we will. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Katie.